Is this the end of real estate agents for good? Look, the discount broker has been around forever, at least as long as I've been in the business. We've seen companies like Help You Buy, Help You Sell, offering a la carte services at major discounts.
Yeah, I mean, and then there was Redfin, right? Redfin was the one that offered rebates for limited services. Redfin actually tried that model and failed ultimately and became a brokerage and started charging commissions like traditional agents, offering limited services at a percentage versus like with the flat fee situation.
Yeah, it didn't work for them, and it may work for the new companies, it may not. But look, there are even agents out there right now that'll do almost anything for almost nothing just to get business. That's how competitive the industry is. And honestly, there is something for everyone. I'm sure there are even dozens of other options that we're not even gonna be considering today or even talking about.
Landian is no different. So guys, before we get into the video here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, especially if you're finding yourself back at our channel, enjoying what we're putting out. We wanna make sure you don't miss anything.
Real estate isn't the only industry where we're seeing disruptions, right? I mean, think about it for a second. You can hire an attorney, or you can go to LegalZoom.
Right.
You can book your own trip on Expedia, or you can hire a travel agent, and you can even buy stocks on E-Trade, or you can hire a financial advisor. Everyone is different. There's no one size fits all, and there is plenty of room in the marketplace for either a full service professional or a limited service option. It really just comes down to what kind of person are you?
Right. I mean, do you like to do the work on your own, or do you like to have it done for you by a pro? Let us know in the comments actually which kind of person you are so we can see who we're talking to here. So let's talk Landian, this new company, a little bit here. So by the way, if you want to do your own independent research, check them out at landian.co. So who are they, Robert?
Well, Josh Sitzer, the lead plaintiff in the $418 million landmark Sitzer-Burnett versus NAR lawsuit that we've been talking about for months, is the brains behind this startup. He basically says, after our hard-won settlement paved the way for the new era of fairness and transparency, I am thrilled to help launch Landian's revolutionary flat fee model for home tours and offer submissions, liberating homeowners from the excessive commissions they were previously forced to pay.
Yeah, so I mean, first off, just dissecting that, the language here is aggressive because nobody is forced to pay anything.
Ever.
Again, remind all of you watching, commissions are and have always been negotiable, especially for sale by owners have been around forever. And so their owners can sell their own home without an agent. That's been around forever. Sellers chose to hire an agent and agreed to pay the fee the agent offered.
Yep.
Okay.
It's totally negotiable, and that's one fact that I think doesn't come up often enough. So at any rate, Landian, they break the process down into 3 very easy steps because real estate is so easy, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Bottom line is step 1 is you copy the address and put it into the bar, their search bar. Then step 2 is you click, book a tour, or make an offer. Those are some of the microservices they offer. And then step 3 is you choose a flat fee option, whether you want to pay up front or you pay at closing. I'm not really sure the nuances around that, but that's their 3 easy steps. And then they offer 4 primary services.
So yeah, they have home tours where you can book a home tour that allows you for $49 per tour.
Per tour.
That's per tour. This allows you to see properties without the obligation of paying a traditional buyer agent commission. But the question that we have is, how many homes do you typically have to show before you get an offer accepted?
Yeah.
Now this versus the traditional, so I don't know about you, but I've sometimes done 20, 30 plus homes before a client gets an offer accepted.
Dude, we've worked with clients for upwards of 2 to 3 years, depending on the market and depending on their needs. So, I mean, I'm thinking about it here and it's like, okay, $49 sounds like a great deal, but if you have to look at 20 or 30 homes, you're talking about $1,500, $2,000 just to see homes. And what if your offer is never accepted? Like, do you have to pay that fee?
Time will only tell, right?
Even if you don't close.
I'm sure there's fine print somewhere.
So I could see this model attracting the, hey, you know what? I don't want to have to pay my agent, or I don't want to have to bump the price up and have my agent get paid. I'll just do this small fee. But in execution, I think it's going to be a little more complicated. Another thing to note here is that Landian is not a licensed brokerage. So in my due diligence, I learned that they are basically looking to build a network of agents who are licensed to funnel these referrals out to. So if you go on Landian's website and say, hey, I want to see this home for $49, they're going to connect you to an agent that's gonna show you that home, kind of like Uber. So how much does that one agent make on that sale? I mean, I think Uber gives their drivers like 30% of the fee. So $50, 30% of that's $15. You're gonna get $15 a showing. I mean, are you gonna take that? Do you see agents going, hey, I'll do that for you?
How many are you gonna have to do to make it worth it too? That's the other thing.
Well, I mean, I see, from my perspective, this is a company that's trying to kind of put agents out of business, but then they're looking for agents to jump on their platform to support them in their growth because they're not a licensed broker, which is what Redfin tried to do, but couldn't do it.
So that's the flat fee.
Yes. So the second thing they offer is offer preparation. If you're ready to make an offer on a property, Landian provides an agent-prepared offer service for $199 per offer. This service includes assistance with counteroffers and negotiation support until the offer is either accepted or rejected. Very, very good to know. Going back to the showings, how many offers have we written for clients that didn't get accepted?
It just depends on the market, right? I mean, if it's a competitive market, it could be 1, 3, 5, 10 offers before you're getting accepted. So that could be a couple $1,000s of just writing offers.
And that's, again, considering your offers accepted. How many times have we submitted offers for buyers and not gotten them accepted for one reason or another? And then the buyer gets frustrated and goes, you know what, I'm just gonna renew my lease, or I'm just gonna change my strategy. So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, you gotta go see 20 or 30 houses. That could be like a couple grand. You're gonna have to write up 5 to 10 offers. That could be $1,500 to $2,000. Now you're talking about like $3,000 to $4,000 in a la carte fees just to get your offer accepted. It's not looking as affordable as it was before. So, but there are more options. Let's keep going.
So the other option is AI assisted offers. You know they got to bring in AI, right? So that's a lower cost option where you can have AI prepare your offer for you for $99. Now here's another can of worms we're going to open up here, especially in California where our purchase agreement is 16 plus pages.
Yeah, you know, I think the one thing people don't think about is what if there's a mistake on the offer that costs more than the savings that you're getting?
Of course. You know, there's a lot of ways this could go
so many things could go wrong, and we're talking about, for most people, this is their most expensive purchase or sale. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and one box that you don't check could cost 15 grand. And it's like, are you really?
Or you could get screwed on the deal and not ask for something you should have asked for as the buyer.
Or you could get sued after the fact because you did something wrong because AI didn't know the nuances in your market, or the agent that's working on your behalf is not that experienced, because I don't see anybody experienced going, hey Landian, I want to be an approved agent on your site. I don't see that happening. And then they have the Super Size Me package. This is what I call that, the exclusive agent package. For those who anticipate needing more support, Landian offers a flat fee package at $17.99. This includes up to
$1,700.99.
Yes, thank you for clarifying. This includes up to 5 home tours and 2 offers written. And again, this fee is payable upon closing, or it could be paid upfront. It just really depends. But again, look, I don't want this to come off as we are bashing Landian, because I will share an example that I had with Redfin that was a very eye-opening example, but I think as agents, it's important for us to know all the different ways buyers and sellers can transact. And just because we are traditional agents and we are slightly biased in how we do things because we know all the pitfalls that could happen, this could be a great option for one of you guys watching right now. I mean, maybe you see a house, you love doing your own due diligence, you ask them to show it to you, you get lucky, one and done, they write up an offer, your offer's accepted, you save a bunch of money. I could see this potentially working for some people.
I do want to just interject and say one thing that I've been thinking about the entire time. If somebody goes this route regardless, you're automatically paying money regardless. Now, if you have an agent on your behalf that, say you have a buyer broker agreement with, that is going to do what we're doing, which is still negotiating a fee from the seller to be paid.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, not all the time, it's not guaranteed. you still don't have to pay us a dime until we get you what you want potentially, and that sometimes doesn't even happen.
Yeah, we work on contingency, right? So we only get paid when we deliver the results our clients want. And that's a great point, because you could be paying for something and after 6 months find out that it didn't work out, and you're like, man, I just spent like
$5, $6, $7 grand or whatever I spent.
Or even like $1,000 and it didn't work out, and you're like, I'm just gonna renew my lease. So again, I think this is a new company, but it's not a new concept.
Yeah.
And if this was such a great approach, I think we'd still see Help You Buy out there. And I think Redfin wouldn't have transitioned from this approach a la carte to the brokerage model, because I think people do want to save money, but when you think about real estate and the complexities of the business, I think that this could work for some people, but for most people, they might still want that agent, that touch.
Yeah.
So at any rate, what do you guys think about all this? I mean, are you a fan of this? Do you see yourself taking advantage of this? Are you more of a, hey, I want a traditional agent, somebody that was referred to me by somebody in my network that I trust, that I know is gonna work day and night on my behalf and not charge me until they actually get me what I want? I mean, look, there's no right or wrong answer, but let us know how you feel about all this, and let us know if you have any questions, dude.
Yeah, we're happy to dive into this deeper with you. But, you know, like you said, we're not bashing this situation. Everybody's different. And that's the beauty of this country, right? Consumers have options.
Yes.
And they get to choose what they want to do. And there's options out there. There's always going to be companies like this.
Yep.
But you should always educate yourself and weigh out the pros and cons.
Yeah, and you know, before we close this video, I do want to share an experience I had with a client around the whole Redfin model. I met with him and I said, here's what I'm going to do for you, and these are my fees, and let's talk through it. And he said, you know, Robert, I really like you. You were referred to me by a great friend, and I trust you. I'm just curious to know, what's the difference between you and Redfin, and why would I pay you more money to list my home when Redfin can do it for less? And I'll be honest with you, as a newer agent, when Redfin came out, I was pretty frustrated by companies like Redfin because I felt that they devalued what we did. Over time, I learned that Redfin was just another option, just like Landian is another option for a different type of person. And who we help may not necessarily fall into the category of a Landian customer, right? Like, we have a certain client avatar, they have a certain client avatar. But what I want you to know is, I told my client, look, a lot has to happen before your home sells and before your home is ready for the market. We got to replace the carpets, we got to paint the house, we have to make miscellaneous repairs, we have to stage the property. You can do all that on your own and then call Redfin and they'll list it for you. Or you can let my team and I handle every single part of this process so you can focus on living your life. And that's where the light bulb went off for him. He's like, I got a busy life, I have a wife, I have kids to take care of, we have after school activities, I have a demanding job, I've got hobbies. I don't have time to get my house ready. I need you to do everything for me and handle it all. And that's where that premium fee comes in. It's no different than a buyer that has a demanding life who maybe doesn't have time to go on Zillow or other apps to find properties, to send a Landian to show up, right? They want an agent that's gonna go, hey, I looked at the 30 homes that are available in the area that you're looking. I've identified the top 5 properties that I think are gonna fit your criteria, and I've scheduled appointments. Let's go look at them. Versus that consumer going and doing all the work themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Every buyer, every seller is different. There are services like Landian. I'm sure we'll see more.
Oh, we're gonna definitely see more. I don't think this is the last that we're gonna see. So again, guys, comment below. Let us know, are you on Team Landian or are you on the traditional agent model? We'd love to hear your feedback. And also, if you have any subjects, properties, or anything along those lines you want us to dive into and do it here for you guys, we are happy to do so. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you guys next time.